Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And this is where I typically do my meditations when it's warm and sunny outside. And today it is currently 72 degrees outside Indianapolis. It is so beautiful. So I thought that I would sit out here on the front porch. I have my coffee with me. I have two pairs of reading glasses just in case one fails. And I brought with me the Melody Beatty meditation book. So I thought we would start off March. If you just watched my video yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I was talking about the whole idea of March, you know, coming in like a lion, going out like a lamb, or coming in like a lamb and going out like a lion. And March is definitely coming in like a lamb this year. So I don't know, we'll have to see if it goes out like a lion, but it's just absolutely beautiful today. So I thought that I would sit out here and show you guys. This is where I read my meditations and do my prayers and all of that in the spring and the summer when it's so nice outside. So let's get into today's meditation. Let's see what March 1st is in the language of letting go. Let's get in here. Hold on a second. March 1st, letting go of anger, and this is from the language of letting go. Letting go of anger. In recovery, we often discuss anger objectively. Yes, we reason it's an emotion we're all prone to experience. Yes, the goal in recovery is to be free of resentment and anger. Yes, it's okay to feel angry, we agree. Well, maybe. Anger is a powerful and sometimes frightening emotion. It's also a beneficial one if it's not allowed to harden into resentment or used as a battering ram to punish or abuse people. Anger is a warning signal. It points to problems. Sometimes it signals problems we need to solve. Sometimes it points to boundaries we need to set. Sometimes it's the final burst of energy before letting go or acceptance settles in. And sometimes anger just is. It doesn't have to be justified. It usually can't be confined to a tiny package, and it need not cause us to stifle ourselves or our energy. We don't have to feel guilty whenever we experience anger. We don't have to feel guilty. Breathe deeply. We can shamelessly feel all of our feelings, including anger, and still take responsibility for our behaviors. I will feel and release any angry feelings I have today. I can do that appropriately and safely. I really like this meditation. You know, I think that anger is something that we sometimes don't really know how to talk about, or are sometimes afraid to talk about, because it's like, if we talk about anger or being angry, I think number one, we're afraid of how people will approach us, or if people think that we're angry, or if we tell people that we're angry, like, then all of a sudden we're afraid that they're going to be afraid of us, or they're going to be afraid of how to handle us, or not know what to say, right? When anger is just, you know, an emotion like anything else. I personally believe that anger is a secondary emotion. It's something that I was taught and heard years and years ago, and it makes a lot of sense to me, that when I'm feeling angry about something, it's not truly that I'm just angry, right? Like, you know, when you think about like primary and secondary colors, you know, that orange is a secondary color made up of red and yellow. And that anger is, to me, a secondary emotion that's made up of several different emotions. Typically, the main emotion is hurt feelings, you know, or hurt pride, where something has occurred and I hurt, or I am hurt over that, right? And so then as a result of that, I act out in anger. That's typically what happens to me. That's something that I had to look at over many, many years, is that something would happen to me, my feelings would get hurt, or I would go back, I would resort to being this child inside, right? That it felt very similar to me, even as an adult, you know? That I would go through these situations where I felt like all of a sudden it was like, whew, Peter was time warped back into being this little kid that was being laughed at in a classroom, or other kids were making fun of, or whatever. And I had this pain inside of me. I had this hurt inside of me, right? And the way that I reacted to that, or the way that I responded to that, was in anger, you know? Because anger felt powerful to me. Anger felt, I don't know, it felt like a response that I was able to elicit other people. And like, and the thing is, I think that, you know, hurt people. And that I think over time what I learned is that if I was angry, then I could get other people to be angry too, and then I got a response out of them that I wanted, you know, that I wanted other people to hurt the way that I hurt. But really, that isn't what I want. If I'm being completely honest, you know, and I'm being honest with myself most of all, I don't really want people to hurt the way that I've been hurt. I want people to understand that they have hurt me and what they've done so that they don't continue that. And I also want to understand ways that I have hurt other people so that I don't continue that as well. That's the truth. That's really what I want, you know? When we go through these phases, and I've had to take a lot of look at my past, right? And look at me being reactionary and me looking at being like, you know, when somebody hits me, being like, you know, and all of that. And being filled with anger and being filled with rage. I've had to take a look at all of that through the past, you know, 5 or 10 years of my life and who I used to be. And I have to say, did I really want to hurt somebody? Did I really want to hurt their feelings or their emotions? Did I really want them to feel what I felt or go through what I went through? Or did I really just want this awareness for them? Did I really just want this aha moment for them, you know? If at any of those moments, those people that had hurt me in the past, which I have to say in retrospect, I've had to work on a lot of acceptance, that people are sick too. You know, there's a prayer that I do in recovery, which is the prayer for the sick man. I'll read it to you guys in just a second. But the prayer for the sick man has really, really helped me a lot, because I can't accept or I can't expect that other people are necessarily where I always want them to be. There's all these cars that are driving down the street, garage doors and all kinds of stuff. But I can't expect that people are where I want them to be always, right? Like, that's just not how the world works. And so I have to accept, you know, not expect, accept. I have to accept that the world works on God's time, not mine. And so that means that I just do the best that I can do, you know? And the reality is, in my life of being hurt by many, many people, which I think most of us in life have been hurt by many, many people, probably only a few, really only a very rare few, have come to me and taken responsibility or accountability and owned what they did to me. And in those moments, I will say, it doesn't take away everything. It doesn't alleviate the pain and the hurt, but it is a start. It is an acknowledgement of the pain that they did to me. And there is something about that that gives freedom to me. And that is why I am so big on amends and allowing people the process to heal. And I think part of allowing other people to heal is taking responsibility on how that we've hurt them, you know? I do want to read to you the prayer for the sick man, because this was something that my sponsor introduced to me. And it's been so helpful to me. Hold on a second, I want to make sure I pull up the right one. It's been so helpful for me. Is this the right one? Hold on, I don't know if this is... I think this is it. Yes. God, when a person offends me, help me to remember this is a sick person. Help me show the same tolerance, pity, and patience that we would cheerfully grant a sick friend. Show me how I can help them. Save me from being angry. Thy will be done. And it's really, really helped me, you know, to take a look at people that are in addiction, or people that have their own issues going on, or people that are hurting people, you know, and to look at them not necessarily just as mean people or angry people or, you know, whatever, but as hurt people, as sick people. And that, you know, for me not to retaliate in anger, but for me to look at, wow, like what got them to the point that made them so angry and so hurt. Because I know for me, you know, as a person that there's been points in my life where I had no emotional sobriety, I had no spiritual foundation, that I really had to take a look at who was I as a person, you know, that got me to be so angry. Because I didn't want to live from a point of anger. I don't want you to live from a point of anger. I don't want any of us to live from a point of anger, but we're the ones that have to do the work, you know. But I can say that the prayer for the sick man, and I can look at that and say, this person is sick, they don't know better, right? And I can pray for them. And that doesn't mean I excuse them hurting me, and that doesn't mean that I excuse their behavior. It means I understand better what's going on. And I see them as not necessarily a bad person trying to get good, but as a sick person trying to get well. And then I can have more compassion for them. And if I can have compassion for that person, right, then that doesn't mean I excuse what they do, and that doesn't mean that I excuse what I've done to other people. It just makes us all a little bit more aware of how we affect the world around us, and to lead and to come from a point of kindness and compassion. So anyway, that was a great meditation. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know if you like the ones that I do outside. This was kind of fun today to do something a little bit different. It's absolutely beautiful today, and I'm loving it. So anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.